Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Tesla, electric cars, Chevy Silverado, Hummer EV, DeLorean sedan thingy, all the thingies that burn none of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs have been dubbed an endangered species, and we are trying to protect them. So now we are no longer able to put them through our combustion engines. So we are switching to EVs. I had this thought a while ago because I drive one of them big hulking V8s. It pushes as many dinosaurs through it as it possibly can. It goes Mach 7. I can't get a speeding ticket because a cop has never seen me. They've only heard rumors that I actually transported from point A to point B. Electric cars do not suffer that luxury. They are so quiet, they have to be seen, so they are seen everywhere they go, including by me while I'm doing Mach 7. Mostly while I'm passing, obviously. So, had this thought. I'm driving down the highway. I'm in the middle lane. It's where I prefer to cruise. I don't have to deal with merging traffic. I don't have to deal with the constant barrage of people that drive really slowly in the left lane, because we all know how much we love that one. Speed limit says 100. We're going to do 102 when everybody else is doing 140. I get it. It's an annoyance. It happens. So I'm cruising down the middle lane, and I want you to go on a bit of an adventure with me, a bit of a journey, if you will. So I'm cruising, right? Driving my Camaro. Windows are about this big, so I'm like peeking through my porthole. I'm driving down the highway, giving myself the gun show, telling myself where the beach is every 5 seconds. Hey babe, do you see where the beach is? It's that away. So I'm cruising, right? I'm happy. Tune's busting out. It's minus 42 because I live in Canada, of course. Kilometers per hour, the inferior measuring system. I'm sorry, I'm going to use it a little bit. I'll try to reference imperial as much as possible. Obviously, there's trade style things in front of you. This is what I do. In Canada, we still speak normal English in feet and pounds, but apparently parts of the country don't get it. End of rant. Back to driving. So I'm cruising, right? Picture this. You're in my passenger seat. I'm bombing down the highway. Tune's going, hit me, baby, one more time. Tesla goes ripping by me. I'm like, whoa, buddy is hauling. Good for the environment, right? So an electric car is supposed to be good for the environment. We can argue all day as to whether the production of a lithium battery and the production of an electric car is more or less efficient than a combustion engine over the course of, say, a 10-year ownership experience. That's a conversation I'm not going to get into. People will beat that to death. I have no interest in that. But this is where I'm at. I'm cruising down the highway. Tesla goes ripping by me. Electric cars do not work under the same premise as a gas automobile. Me driving my car, I know exactly where prime fuel economy is. It's like 108 to 111 kilometers per hour. The car is in 4-cylinder mode. It's in eighth gear, which is an overdrive gear, and it's just happy. Everything relaxes. It's like 1,300 RPMs on 4-cylinder mode. I can get like 5, 6, 7 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on the weather, the tires, and the day. But it's all very good. And I know, and I try to live in there. If I want to do 130, 135, 140 like the other people are doing, I will be getting 11 liters per 100. So I look at it like I arrive 2 minutes later, I save some fuel, I'm more relaxed, I see a cop, I don't care. Cops go by me, I don't care. I'm not impeding traffic, I'm not causing any dangerous situations. People can merge in and out of me. I've got cruise control set. I'm very happy there. I know where my happy zone is, right? Happy. So I'm cruising down the road. The Tesla goes whipping by me. And the way electric cars work is they put amperage through motors, and amperage accelerates motors. And even though they work on a different premise because they don't have gearboxes and they don't shut portions off and do different things because it's more of a constant evolution process, they still have an efficiency range. They still like to be in their happy spot, right? So and I learned a lot of this when the new Ford F-150 Lightning came out. I follow Hoovie's Garage. I think he's a fantastic creator. He gets an F-150 Lightning. He does some towing tests, and Ford gets in contact with him that he should be towing at the efficient speed of 45 miles per hour, which is like, I don't know, 130 kilometers an hour, I guess, give or take 1 or 2. So he's cruising down the road doing 70 in a 70 zone like a normal human would, towing a very light trailer and at times an empty trailer, and he gets poor fuel economy, and Ford said you're supposed to do 45. That's the efficient zone. So what is the efficient zone of an electric car? It seems like, based on some initial research, it's around 100 kilometers an hour. That's where the cars are kind of dialed and tuned and tweaked. 100 kilometers an hour is 60 miles an hour. So that's kind of where the happy medium zone is. So if they're happiest at 100 kilometers an hour and they bought a vehicle to save money on fuel, save the environment, and not produce emissions, then why are they driving an efficient vehicle inefficiently in the fast lane? Like, I'm still cruising. You're still my passenger. We're still headed down. We're doing the 403, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington. We're headed out of the city. We're bombing for countryside right now. We're headed to Brantford. And we're cruising down the road. And the Tesla goes whipping by. And I am yet to understand why electric cars are allowed to be in the fast lane. We have an HOV system, which is a like commuter lane. And it is 2 or more vehicles or buses or electric vehicles because they are producing less emissions. So I guess they get this right to drive solo in a commuter lane. But you have to go through the fast lane to get there. And it tends to be pretty efficient. It does tend to have a more consistent 120 kilometer, maybe 125 kilometer an hour speed consistency through the unsung agreements of HOV lanes. If you're a normal HOV operator, you actually use the do not cross sections that I believe is like 3 points and $600 fine as your personal crossing section because nobody else would do it. So normal operators just wiggle in and out of traffic. They don't care. They don't follow rules. They don't abide by anything. But let's say we're on a nice day and everybody's somewhat safety conscious and following some of the rules of the road. And they're cruising at 125 kilometers an hour. And I see Teslas in there, or I see Hyundai Konas in there, or I see Silverados in there, or the new Hummer EV. In my brain, I'm like, you buy an efficient car to drive it inefficiently. And then if I stopped and talked to you to compliment you on your nice vehicle, you are then going to tell me, oh, I bought it because the environment and saving money on gas. It's like, so you burn 25% of your battery capacity driving faster than you should be, but you're saving money, which you then spend in return. And even though the cost to charge is less than a tank of fuel, you're still spending more than you need to achieve the same job. So, should we force Teslas and other electric cars? Please note I'm being a hypocrite. I'll probably buy one in the future. This will probably come into law because somebody with a education will put some numbers to paper, prove this correct, have nothing to do with my video, and I will buy one and then drive it in the fast lane inefficiently. However, I don't own one, so I'm going to absolutely dunk on them. Why do we not make them drive in the slow lane? Do the speed limit. Do 100 kilometers an hour. Be a good example for all the bad people that drive the dinosaur, burning gas, guzzling everything else, and waft in silence, safety, and efficiency in the slow lane. There's no need to drive in the fast lane. I can't even think of any exits that are on the fast lane. I know of one entrance, ironically by the house where I grew up with, Highway 6 headed south on the 403. That is the only one I know of that enters on the fast lane, but there's nothing said. I mean, it's always slow anyways because of traffic, but you can't get on there and get over into the slow lane immediately. That would be logical. However, I feel like logic is not dictated through things that make sense. It's dictated through what people want. People want to buy an efficient vehicle, get the tax breaks, get the write-offs, and then just drive it inefficiently and not care. Some days it's good being me, some days not so much. I get caught up in my own thoughts while I'm cruising down the highway. But I do really appreciate you guys all going for a bit of a cruise with me, doing some in-car karaoke, obviously. My recording contract dried up and I am no longer pursuing a career in music. Not that I ever was, but that is it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you smashed the like button. There's a lot more to come, obviously, as I've been evolving my studio out here and lighting and mics, and it's been an absolute privilege to make these videos. It's been a privilege to build and present Stan Stanley. He has been a fundamental part of this channel for over the last 8 or 9 months. I could not be more happy with him, and it's just consistency. He's always there when I need him, ironically. Also because stanced vehicles are useless and it will no longer roll, but it looks cool, so everybody's happy. Till next time, drive safe, take care, and behave, as always.